Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. When was the last time your home truly felt like it gave something back to you? Not just shelter or routine, but a real sense of peace, of warmth, of being wrapped in something gentle, just for you. You've spent so many years taking care of others, your children, your partner, your work, your community. And somewhere along the way, you may have forgotten that you deserve comfort too. Not just on the holidays, but every single day. The women of Sweden have known this all along. Their homes are not filled with expensive things. They're filled with intention, with light, simplicity, and care. They believe that beauty lives in the small things, and that your home should be a place that heals you. So today, I want to share with you 15 Swedish secrets for creating a home that is not just tidy or stylish, but truly nurturing. These are small shifts, gentle ideas, and you don't need to buy anything new. You just need a fresh way of seeing what you already have. If you've been craving calm, if you're ready to feel more at home in your home, then this is where it starts. Let's begin. Secret 1. Let the light in, the Swedish way. There's something sacred about light, especially as we grow older. It becomes more than just something practical. It becomes spiritual. The women of Sweden understand this better than anyone. They live through long winters, months of gray skies and early nights. And yet, their homes feel bright, alive, hopeful. Why? Because they invite the light in, gently, purposefully. You don't need to knock down walls or install skylights. Sometimes, it's as simple as replacing heavy curtains with sheer ones. Let the sunlight pour in each morning. Keep the windows clean, not for looks, but for clarity. Move a large chair or bulky piece of furniture that might be blocking your view. Let the light find its way back into your space. One woman I spoke with, her name was Lorraine, told me she hadn't realized how dark her living room had gotten over the years. Heavy drapes she once loved had become a wall between her and the day. She switched to soft white linen panels, and just like that, her whole mood lifted. She said it felt like her house was smiling again. Light affects our energy, our sleep, our sadness. It's not decoration, it's nourishment. Let it in, every day, like medicine for the soul. Secret 2. A quiet palette brings deep peace. Have you ever stood in a room and felt overstimulated even when everything was tidy? That might be the colors talking. Bold patterns, loud shades, they pull at your eyes, your nerves, your focus. Swedish women choose peace instead. Their color palettes are soft and muted, like whispers instead of shouts. Off-whites, warm grays, soft taupes, pale blush. These aren't dull, they're calming. They create a quiet backdrop so that the special things in your home, the photos, the books, the memories, can stand out without competing. If you've ever felt like your space is too busy but couldn't explain why, try painting one wall a soft, warm white, or swap a brightly colored rug for something neutral in texture. Color doesn't have to be gone. It just needs to be balanced. Think of your home as a breath. These Swedish tones allow your eyes to rest, your thoughts to settle. It's like stepping into a calm morning every time you walk into the room. And don't worry, it will never feel boring. Your stories, your things, and your heart bring all the color your home needs. Secret 3. Natural wood and the beauty of age. If you've lived long enough to have gray hairs and laugh lines, then you already understand this. The most beautiful things are the ones that age with grace. Swedish homes are filled with natural wood, light in tone, gentle in spirit, and they let the wood show its life. Scuffed floors, worn tabletops, faded handles, none of it is covered up. Because in Swedish culture, Imperfection is character. The wood tells a story. In your home, this might be that old oak table that's seen 1,000 meals, or the rocking chair your father used to sit in. Don't hide these pieces. Highlight them. Move them to the center of the room. Let them breathe. If your furniture feels too dark or heavy, try sanding it lightly and applying a clear or lighter toned wood finish. Or, if you're not ready for a project, simply add a small wooden stool, a birch serving tray, or some pale wood frames. These little touches add so much warmth. Wood connects us to the earth, to our ancestors, to seasons and time. And when it's cared for, it lasts far longer than anything plastic or trendy. In a world that moves too fast, natural wood is a soft reminder to slow down and stay grounded. Secret 4. Swedish minimalism isn't empty. It's full of intention. There's a myth that minimalism means cold, empty spaces. That couldn't be further from the truth in Sweden. Swedish minimalism is warm, lived in, and purposeful. It's not about owning less for the sake of less. It's about surrounding yourself only with what matters and letting the rest go. It's about choosing peace over perfection. I remember speaking with a woman named Joyce. Her home was full of things: gifts from family, decorations collected over years, piles of books, drawers full of just-in-case items. But she confessed to me, all these things, they don't feel like me anymore. We went room by room, not purging, not judging, just asking, does this still serve me? Do I love it? Would I miss it if it were gone? And piece by piece, she began to let go. What was left? Space, breathing room, her favorite teacup, a photo of her mother in a silver frame, a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. Swedish women do this not once, but often. They view their homes like a garden, pruning, tending, letting light in. Not because things are bad, but because what stays should serve the life you're living today. Start with just one drawer, or a single shelf. Let that small choice remind you, you are allowed to make space for yourself. Secret 5. Texture is the soul of comfort. Swedish homes may look simple in photos, but when you walk into one, you immediately feel something you can't quite describe. And that feeling? It comes from texture. Soft wool blankets folded at the foot of a chair, a chunky knit pillow, a smooth linen curtain, a fluffy rug under your bare feet. It's not about adding things, it's about adding feelings. We often forget that our senses need care, not just what we see, but what we touch, what we lean into at the end of a long day. Texture is what turns a room from nice to nourishing. If your space feels cold or impersonal, ask yourself, where can I add warmth without clutter? Maybe it's a hand-woven basket that holds your magazines, or a fleece throw over the back of your sofa, or simply swapping synthetic cushions for ones made of natural fibers like cotton or wool. And don't be afraid to mix textures. Smooth wood with a soft rug, rough linen next to velvet. Contrast invites the hand, and the hand invites the heart. One woman told me her guest bedroom always felt unwelcoming, even though it looked beautiful. So she layered a wool blanket at the end of the bed, added a soft reading lamp, and placed a knitted cushion on the chair. Her next visitor told her it felt like being hugged. That's the power of texture. It doesn't shout, but it speaks directly to the soul. Secret 6. Bring nature indoors, even in small ways. Have you ever noticed how just one flower, one plant, or even a small branch in a vase can change the feeling of an entire room? Swedish homes are never far from nature, even in the heart of a city. Even during the long dark winters, there is always something green, something organic, something alive. Because the women of Sweden know that nature doesn't just decorate, it connects. A potted herb on the windowsill, a vase of fresh or dried eucalyptus, a simple bowl filled with stones collected on a walk. These small touches aren't about appearance, they're about presence. They remind us to stay rooted, to breathe, and to live in rhythm with the world outside. You don't need to become a gardener. You don't even need a green thumb. You can begin with a hardy plant, like a snake plant or peace lily. Or, if you prefer less upkeep, you can decorate with branches, pine cones, even clippings from your yard arranged thoughtfully in a jar. One woman I know, named Margaret, began keeping a small pot of mint in her kitchen. She told me the smell brought her back to childhood summers with her grandmother. It was more than just a plant. It was a memory, a ritual, a quiet source of joy, and nature reminds us we're part of something bigger. It doesn't have to be loud or lush. Even a little bit of green can soften the edges of a long day. Secret 7. Light your home in layers. Let's talk about lighting, not just to see, but to feel. In many homes, there's just one main ceiling light. It does the job. But in Swedish homes, lighting is layered, soft, warm, inviting. It's one of the most overlooked elements that makes their homes feel instantly cozier. The secret lies in variety. A reading lamp by your chair, a soft glow light on your bedside table, a few candles lit during dinner, even on an ordinary Tuesday. Each one adds depth, mood, and a sense of sanctuary. And let's not forget temperature. Cold, white lights may brighten the room, but they can leave your heart feeling untouched. Instead, choose warm bulbs. Look for ones labeled around 2700 to 3000 Kelvin. These give off a soft amber glow, like candlelight, like late afternoon sun. Think about how you move through your home in the evening. Would it feel different to walk into a room lit by a single golden lamp instead of a harsh overhead light? Would your evening cup of tea taste better under softer lighting? I believe it would. Swedish homes prove it. And here's the truth. You don't need expensive fixtures. A thrifted table lamp, a simple dimmer switch, or battery-powered candles can change everything. The glow you create becomes part of your daily comfort, and it invites you to slow down. Secret 8. Let old and new live together. Do you ever look around your home and wonder if your things still tell your story? Many of us have items from years ago, furniture passed down, gifts from loved ones, souvenirs from our travels. And sometimes we wonder, does this still fit? In Sweden, the answer isn't to throw it all away or replace it with something new. It's to blend, to let the old sit beside the new, and honor both. Imagine a modern lamp on your grandmother's table, or a sleek white wall with an old wooden mirror, a cozy new throw on a vintage chair. The beauty is in the contrast, and the meaning is in the memory. There's no pressure to keep everything. But ask yourself, what piece makes me feel rooted? What tells a story worth passing on? Swedish homes don't feel like showrooms. They feel like lived-in places with soul. Pieces are chosen because they matter, not because they match. And the result is a home that feels authentic, not designed but discovered. You don't need permission to mix. You only need to trust that your story, your journey, your taste are enough. Let your home become a reflection of that journey. Secret 9. Display what matters, hide what doesn't. As we move through the years, we gather so many things: photos, keepsakes, trinkets. Some are treasures. Others, if we're honest, are just things. Swedish women are masters at curating, not in a cold or rigid way, but with love and intention. They keep the items that hold meaning and give them space to shine, and they let go of the rest, or at least put them out of sight. Instead of filling every shelf with something, they choose one framed photograph. Instead of a dozen figurines, they display one ceramic bowl with quiet beauty. The goal isn't to erase your personality, it's to elevate it, to give your eyes and your heart room to breathe. One woman I worked with, named Carol, had a collection of photographs from her travels. They were scattered across her home, fridge, dressers, tucked into books. We gathered her favorites, framed them in matching simple wood frames, and created a gallery wall in her hallway. She said it felt like walking through her life, one memory at a time. If you have things you love, show them. But show them well. Give them space. Give them light. Let them speak without shouting. And if there are items you're keeping out of guilt, obligation, or habit, it's okay to let them go. Or place them in a box for another day. Your home deserves clarity. And so do you. Secret 10. Organize with love, not perfection. Let's talk about clutter, not with shame, but with kindness. We all have it. Drawers full of rubber bands and mystery keys, closets with coats we no longer wear, cabinets filled with just-in-case items. But Swedish homes stay calm because they are built on systems, simple ones, not complicated labels or color-coded chaos, just quiet routines that make life easier. Start small. A basket by the front door for your keys. A drawer in the kitchen only for what you use every day. A tray on your nightstand for glasses, lotion, and a book. This isn't about perfection. It's about ease. Swedish women believe in making homes that work for real life. That means storage that's beautiful and useful. Bins in natural tones. Shelves with breathing room. A place for everything. And everything in its place. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just start with what you touch every day. Simplify one drawer. Clear off one table. And notice how your energy shifts. The goal isn't to impress anyone. The goal is to create a home that supports you. That gives more than it takes. That says, you've done enough today. Come rest. Secret 11. Connect with the outdoors. Even from inside. There is something deeply healing about seeing the sky, watching the leaves move, or just noticing the light shift during the day. And even when the weather is harsh, or you don't feel up to a walk, Swedish women find ways to stay connected with the outdoors. They don't just open the curtains, they frame the view. They place a chair near a window and make it their morning coffee spot. They use light-filtering curtains that offer privacy without closing them off from the world. And if they're lucky enough to have a balcony or small porch, they make it an extension of the home, adding a blanket, a small table, a candle, even during winter. You might not think your window looks out onto anything special, but pause. Look again. The neighbor's tree, the shifting clouds, a cardinal on a branch. It's life, and it's yours to enjoy. Try placing a cozy chair near your sunniest window. Add a small plant, or just a book you love. Sit there once a day, even for 5 minutes. Let that time be a ritual, a window to the world outside, and a moment of stillness inside. Secret 12. Choose things that are beautiful and useful. One of the most beloved Swedish design principles comes from a simple idea. Let every item in your home be either beautiful, useful, or both. Swedish homes aren't filled with trinkets or purposeless decor. Instead, they're filled with pieces that are quietly hardworking and quietly lovely. A ceramic bowl used daily for fruit. A soft wool throw that also warms your lap. A wooden spoon worn by time and memory. These are not museum objects. They are lived with, loved, and appreciated. Ask yourself, are there items in my home that just sit there without meaning? Could they be donated, repurposed, or passed on? Then look for the treasures you already have. Could that decorative basket hold your knitting? Could that beautiful mug be used every morning? Could that heirloom dish come down from the shelf and finally serve a slice of cake? This way of living brings joy not just in seeing, but in using. It brings back gratitude for the everyday, and it reminds you that your home is a place of life, not just storage. Secret 13. Create little rituals of meaning. One of the most tender secrets from Swedish homes is not about style. It's about rhythm. It's about ritual. These aren't grand ceremonies, just small, meaningful moments woven into the day. And in a culture that embraces simplicity, those moments become sacred. Lighting a candle at breakfast, even when alone. Listening to the same soft music while folding laundry. Sitting in the same corner chair each evening to read before bed. These rituals are more than routine. They're anchors. They give shape to time. They help your home hold you. What ritual could you begin? Brewing tea in your favorite pot each morning. Saying a quiet prayer before sleep. Taking 5 minutes after dinner to sit by the window and reflect. There is power in repetition. There is comfort in choosing to pause. In Sweden, these rituals are part of life, not extra, not indulgent, just necessary. Your home can become your sanctuary through the smallest habits, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. Secret 14. Let your home shift with the seasons. One of the most charming Swedish habits is how they let their homes evolve gently through the seasons. Not with big renovations, but with thoughtful, simple changes that reflect nature. In winter, you'll find more blankets, woolen textures, and candlelight. In spring, soft florals and fresh greens. Summer brings in breezy linens and open windows. And autumn glows with warm tones and bowls of fruit or pine cones. They do not overhaul their homes. They simply add small touches that say, the season is changing. So am I. You can do this too. Switch your pillow covers. Change a table runner. Add a vase of fresh-cut branches or seasonal flowers. Or gather leaves, shells, or stones during your walks and place them on a tray as a natural centerpiece. Doing this makes your home feel alive. It creates a sense of renewal without effort or expense, and it keeps you connected to time, to nature, and to yourself. Even just changing one small thing every few months tells your heart, this moment matters. Secret 15. Make meals an occasion, every day. Perhaps the most soul-touching Swedish secret of all is this. Treat meals as a time to connect, not just consume. In many homes, meals are eaten quickly, sometimes alone, sometimes with the television humming in the background. But in Sweden, meals, even simple ones, are treated with intention. A candle is lit. The table is set. Cloth napkins, maybe even flowers, are placed with care. And the people present, whether it's just one or a full table, sit without distraction. This ritual slows the day. It honors nourishment. It gives space for conversation, reflection, laughter, or silence. You don't need a big kitchen or fancy dishes. Just choose one meal a day, maybe dinner, to enjoy fully. Sit at the table. Turn off the television. Put your phone away. Say a quiet thank you before you eat. Even if you're alone, let the meal be a moment of presence, because you are worth that moment. And if you're with family or a friend, let the meal become something you all look forward to, not for the food, but for the togetherness. Food sustains the body. But how we eat sustains the soul. Your next step toward peace. Before you go, I want you to take a moment, right now, and ask yourself, which one of these Swedish secrets is calling your name today? Maybe it's the idea of lighting a candle with dinner. Maybe it's letting go of that drawer full of things you no longer need. Maybe it's simply sitting by the window tomorrow morning with your tea and watching the light change. Whatever it is, begin there. One small step. That's all it takes. Because creating a peaceful home is not about doing it all at once. It's about living more intentionally, one quiet moment at a time. And I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what's the first change you're going to make this week? You never know who you might inspire by sharing your story. If this video brought you a little more peace, comfort, or clarity today, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Here on Wise Elders Insight, we're building a gentle community, one where wisdom is honored, slow living is celebrated, and you're always welcome. And if you know someone, your sister, your friend, maybe your daughter, who could use a little more stillness and beauty in her space, feel free to share this with her. A good home, after all, is meant to be shared. Until next time, take good care of yourself. And remember, you don't have to start over. You just have to begin where you are with what you have. Your home is waiting for you to come back to it, softly, fully, with love.